This is Good Morning Texas. The not-so-perfect parent.
Well, it is here. November 1st marks the beginning of the holiday season, and one of the most famous holiday traditions is the Nutcracker Ballet. So Kathy Chamberlain is the founder and artistic director of the Chamberlain Performing Arts. Now she's here to share with us the tradition of the Nutcracker and what parents should consider before enrolling their little ballerina in dance classes. Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning, Paige.
You know, I love the Nutcracker, and it really has become in our family, at least I would say before the boys got more involved in football and baseball and all that other jazz, but we really focused on trying to find a time when we could take the family to see the Nutcracker. But I've never really known the history of it. Tell me a little bit about that tradition, how it began.
Well, it began back in the 1800s. In 1891, Marius Petipa commissioned Tchaikovsky to write the music for this ballet, and he wanted to create a new ballet based on a book called The Nutcracker and the Mouse King. And so the first performance was in 1892 at the Mariinsky Theater, but it first came to America in 1940s with the Ballet Russe doing a tour. And the actual first full-length Nutcracker was performed in San Francisco by the San Francisco Ballet Company. And so because of the theme of the holiday and family, and it's a great story about a little girl who has a very close relationship with her godfather, Drosselmeyer, who is a toy maker magician.
Right.
He's wonderful, favorite of all the children. It's just a really nice,
it's a classic tale, but
yes.
we as Americans, we're always looking for kind of the next big thing, the next new thing.
Right.
And this hasn't really changed very much from the original performance. Why do you think it's become such a lasting tradition?
I think around holidays, people really like to go back to tradition, and parents wanting their children to experience what they did as a young child. So if a parent grew up attending the Nutcracker, they would want that same experience for their child.
And I would imagine that the Nutcracker has also drawn so many young dancers into ballet classes. And if I wanted to ask, if parents are interested in getting their child involved in ballet, interested in ballet, what would be some suggestions you would have to get that process started?
I would first consider age, and I would do some homework and first have the parent ask themselves, what are they interested in? Are they interested in an environment where it's just go and have fun and play, or do they want their child to be involved in, there are some schools that have competition where the kids really focus a lot on basically routines, and then they work teamwork. At our school, my focus is more pre-professional training to train the future artists, train future arts patrons.
And you have a program like that, the
Yes.
Young Artist Program.
Right.
So if you have, your little one that may be interested in participating in your Young Artist Program through the Chamberlain, what do they need to do?
Well, it's always best to have good background and good training, so that's number one key. And then the second thing is for our audition process for the nonprofit side of Chamberlain, we really start looking at the children around the age of 11, 12, so they're a little more mature, because it is very time consuming. You know, anything that you do well, you're going to dedicate a lot of time, energy. And hopefully they have the passion and natural talent.
And they also have the discipline, because it's such a disciplined,
Yes.
it's such a disciplined kind of activity. You
Right.
really have to have that within a child. Well, and this performance is special because I know you have some celebrity ballerinas that are going to be participating. Tell me who's going to be in the Nutcracker this year.
We're very excited. We have Wendy Whalen from the New York City Ballet will be our Sugar Plum Fairy, and then also Philip Neal, who is a principal dancer with the New York City Ballet. He will be her Cavalier. And then last summer, Chris Jaros was out at the studio taking classes, and I said, Chris, I need some, males for my Nutcracker. Could I ask you to be a part of it? And he was very excited because he started dating one of my former students who was at SMU. And he said, yes, that would be great. And so this past summer he was on Fox, So You Think You Can Dance. And he was out in Las Vegas as part of the finalists, and he'll be seen in our Arabian as well as the Russian. So we're very excited.
Well, I cannot wait to see it. And we are very excited because we are going to be having a performance. So coming up, a few of the Chamberlain young dancers will be performing right here in our studio. 3 vignettes from this classic holiday tradition. So stay with us. Now, young performers from the Chamberlain Ballet are here in studio to kick off your holiday season with 3 vignettes of this beautiful performance from the Nutcracker. Enjoy. That was fantastic. Come on in, guys, and gather around me. Thank you so much for what was a beautiful performance. We're getting so excited about the holiday season, and you really helped us kick it off. So thank you. You did a fantastic job. And these beautiful young dancers, you can have an opportunity to see them by being the 8th caller and can win 4 tickets to the Chamberlain Performing Arts of the Nutcracker. You can call 214-787-1006 or 888-446-8880. Performances are November 28th and 30th at the Eisman Center in Richardson, Texas, and tickets are available through eismancenter.com.